Hi everyone, it's Terry here from nutsaboutstamping.com. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to show you a really beautiful thank you card idea with the help of my Big Shot and a couple of stamp sets, one of them being the Painted Harvest stamp set. I love this one for the fall, and I love all the different possible color combinations. So let's get started, and I'll walk you through step by step how to make this card, and I'll give you a few extra tips and tricks along the way. My card base is Whisper White. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it on the 4 1/4 mark. To that, I am going to add a piece of Festive Farmhouse Designer Series paper. I love this mossy meadow color. I think it's also perfect for fall. And so I chose this pattern to attach, and I like this side too. This side is more Christmas to me, but this side can be fall or Christmas, depending on the Christmas color combinations that you like best. So I'm going to attach that to my card front, and then I am going to do a little bit of stamping and die cutting, and then I will put the rest of the card together. So I am going to use a piece of Whisper White cardstock to do some stamping on. And I've got these 3 images. Whoops, this one does not want to stick to my clear block today. I've got these 3 images from the Painted Harvest stamp set that I'm going to use. So one of my favorite color combinations for the Painted Harvest stamp set is Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, and Soft Suede. But if you head over to my blog, and I'll make sure that I have the link to my blog down below, I will have a blog post about this card, and I will give you some other color combinations for the Painted Harvest stamp set. So here's what I do. I start with my lighter color, and I use the bigger flower stamp. So my lighter color is the bigger one. And it's okay if it doesn't show up perfectly. I think that's the beauty of nature anyway. And then I'm going to use the Cajun Craze for the accent or the smaller stamp. Let me ink that up and let me line it up. There. Oh, I think that's just gorgeous. I hope you do too. If you do, click like. And then I'm going to use the Soft Suede for the center of the flower. So I don't want the center to be white. I want it to have a little bit of color. All right, so there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is bring in my Big Shot, and I'm going to die cut this flower out using the largest circle in the Stitched Shape Framelits pack. I love the Stitched Shape Framelits because it has this beautiful outer border of stitching, and it also comes in circles, and there's, I think, 3 different sizes of circles, 3 different sizes of ovals, and 3 different sizes of squares. And that way you end up with this decorative element, and I'll show you what I mean. So we've got the magnetic platform. I put the bottom standard cutting pad on. I've got my cardstock with the framelit around it, and then the top standard cutting pad, and let's run it through. There. Can you see the stitched dotting around? I think it's really pretty, and it actually cuts little tiny holes in it so that maybe if I had a really dark color underneath, you'd be able to see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this to a layer of crushed curry to match the ink that I used. But before I do that, I want to bring in my Mossy Meadow ink, and I've got the thank you image from the Thankful Thoughts stamp set. I love it because it's simple and it's got a little bit of an elegant touch to it. So I'm going to ink up using Mossy Meadow, and then I'm going to stamp it down in the bottom corner of the crushed curry layer. And now I am going to add, let's see, don't want to cover up. Guess I'll tuck it in right there. In my head, it was going to fit perfectly, but in reality, maybe not so much. I want to move it over as close as I can. Okay, so there's a layer there. Now, what I want to do is, I have a strip of Nature's Poem Designer Series paper. It's got a Cajun Craze pattern on one of the sheets of the Designer Series paper. And I want to pull that all together on the front of my card. So I'm going to adhere this strip down towards the bottom. See if I can adhere it down straight. That would be better, wouldn't it? Okay, and then now I'm going to add this layer. Oh, before I do that, there's one other thing I want to do. Hang on a second. I'm going to flip this over. Now, I have a scrap piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and I actually put it on my scoring board, and I scored my Stampin' Score, and I scored about 1/4 inch, and I want to create a banner of this Mossy Meadow. I think it's really fun to add some unexpected elements to the front of any kind of card or any kind of project, really. And my original thought was to put it over on this side, but since that's not going to work because of the size of my circle, I'm going to put it on the other side, which actually I think will be quite cool. So let me adhere this down. Okay, hopefully I'm not going too fast and you can follow me. And now I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive, and let's put this on my card front like so. So it's taking shape, but there's one more thing I want to add to the front of my card. In the holiday catalog, there is a Festive Farmhouse Cotton Twine Trio pack. Let me show you. Here's the catalog. Yeah, it's the Festive Farmhouse Cotton Twine Trio pack. So you get 3 spools and you get 9 meters in each spool. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in feet, but I can add that to the comments if you want to know. And so you get 3 colors. You get a Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and a Very Vanilla. So Mossy Meadow is a perfect twine to add to the front of my card. And I'm not going to show you how painfully it is for me to add a bow to the front of this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this video, and when it's over, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap this baker's twine around, and I'm going to tie, hopefully, a bow over on this side to add one final element. And there's one other thing I wanted to do as well. Let me peel this up a little bit. Here's another tip for you. I think this banner is really cute as it is, but have a look. If I add a staple, that adds just another rustic element. I had my stapler standing by and I forgot to do it, but unfortunately I could peel this up and add it. So when you are thinking about elements for your cards, don't forget your basic home stapler. You can sometimes get staples in different colors, like there's kind of coppery colors or silver colors. So mine is silver and I'm fine with that. But what I'm going to do when the video is over is I'm going to add this final element to my card front, and then I will have a final photo of this card over on my blog, which is www.nutsaboutstamping.com. And you know, while you're over on my blog, there is a sign-up box if you would like to get a free newsletter each week with a project idea you won't see anywhere else. You can sign up for that. I actually have a campaign right now that's the 12 weeks of Christmas, where I'm showing you Christmas cards, bags, tags, and gifts ideas over the next 12 weeks. The campaign's already started, but you won't want to miss out on the rest of them because they're really great ideas that you won't see anywhere else. And then, as I said, I'll have a photo of this card, I'll have a complete list of instructions, and all the measurements for the cardstock. If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you would click the like button. And you know that little bell that's underneath? If you click that, you'll get a notice every time I post a new video, so you won't miss out. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. I hope you'll create something beautiful today too. Bye for now.